India-Israel relations. When did it all begin? And who is India supporting between Israel and Palestine? All these questions are going to be answered in the video further. So without wasting any more time, let's begin. Well, India announced recognition of Israel on 17 September 1950. Soon after, the Jewish Agency established an immigration office in Bombay, which was later converted into a trade office and subsequently a consulate. Embassies were opened in 1992 when full diplomatic relations were established. Since the upgradation of relations in 1992, defense and agriculture formed the two main pillars of our bilateral engagement. In recent years, relations have seen a rapid growth across a broad spectrum of areas, and future vision of the cooperation is of strong high-tech partnership, as befits two knowledge economies. Welcome to the video. This is the first video of our international relations and who are maintaining good relations with India, how are the relations of every country is currently with India. All these topics are very important for from every exam perspective. So I would suggest you to stay updated with the playlist. I am going to make the video with every country who is maintaining relationship with India, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's begin further. Yes, so political ties between Israel and India. The bilateral relationship of India with Israel expanded after formation of BJP's government, and since then three mantras are activated till now, and I hope that they will be in future also. First is India would reciprocate the strong support it received from Israel and do so openly. For example, becoming more supportive of Israel's hard responses to terrorist attack, and also India de-hyphenated its Israel and Palestinian policies. Modi underlined this by making two separate state visits to the two countries. Now you must be wondering that since India is not supporting only Israel and not even Palestine, India is neutral in the conflict, then why did Modi choose to visit both the countries, and why not one? To you know what, India has always played it smart. They never choose sides in a conflict, and this is very smart. And India also clarified what India made it clear its recognition of Palestine encompassed only the secular Palestinian Authority, not the Islamist Hamas regime of Gaza. Okay, so this is very important. Take this note. Now your questions which were asked in the beginning, now they must have been clear by now. Okay, if not, please ask in the comment section, there would be further clarification. So what are further political ties? Okay, so let's see what is I2U2, as both India and Israel are major parts of I2U2. Well, I2U2 are India, Israel, UAE and US. This committee was formed in October 21 to address issues with infrastructure, transport, and maritime security in the region. These four countries, also known as I2U2, have made this possible. And since then, their economic and commercial relations have also improved. But basically, we are currently talking about India and Israel. So let's talk about their economic and commercial relations. Since establishing diplomatic relations in 1992, India and Israel bilateral trade and economic ties have progressed rapidly from around US $200 million in 1992, and yes, to be very clear, it was primarily composed of diamonds only. And now the merchandise trade diversified and reached around US $10.7 billion, excluding defense, in financial year 2022 and 2023. Well, the main thing behind this is this thing. Indian exports are at around US $8.4 billion. India is at surplus in these economic or bilateral trade. Okay, so this is a very important point to be noted. And also, India is Israel's second largest partner in Asia in terms of trade. Okay, so this is very important. Please note it if you are doing so. Okay, and also they have been working on very several other projects also, such as agriculture, Well, under a comprehensive work plan for cooperation in agriculture, both countries signed an MNU on May 10, 2006, and these bilateral projects are implemented through MASHAB, which is Center for International Cooperation of Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and this INADCO. Well, you can read what is in its bracket by pausing the video. Both of these are related to Israel, and these two, you could say, ministries implement the projects related to agriculture in that country. And yes, for India, how is it beneficial? Like this. More than 30 centers of excellence have been established in more than 13 Indian states. Okay, the number is must be increasing, or it has increased by now. This data is from December 2023. So yes, it is possible that it could increase by now. Okay, and yes, also I should tell you that in May 2023, both countries signed a letter of intent to establish Center of Excellence in IIT Madras and IIT Roorkee. Well, you would say that what is new in this? You just told us. That was particularly regarding agriculture, and this is about water management. How the key objective is the implementation of Israel's water technologies tailor made to Indian requirements on sustainable management solutions for the Indian water sector. You all must be aware that India faces water deficit in summer, especially areas such as Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and currently it would not be false if I say that Bengaluru or whole Karnataka is also facing that. So yes, these things, these new technologies from Israel, and Israel is very efficient in terms of agriculture and water management. So it would be very beneficial for us and for our further generation to take notes from these developed countries, so that we could develop our own such technology and system. And how could we do so? By innovation and science and technology. Okay, the and how are these both countries helping each other in terms of these science and technology? So yes, first thing is the Joint Committee on Science and Technology, established under the Science and Technology Cooperation Agreement, signed in May and 2005. The joint committee was made then, and what did it discuss upon? The main agenda was the India Israel Initiative for Industrial Research and Development, which is also known as I4RD, India Israel Initiative for Industrial Research and Development. It was set up to support joint industrial research and development projects between both the countries, aimed at developing products or processes leading to commercialization in the global market. Okay, so the crux of this matter is that both the countries set up their science and technology joint committee, which was aiming at doing research and development at international levels to promote and research their projects for the international or global market. Okay, and in September 2020, Israel's Startup Nation Center and India's iCreate. What is India's iCreate? You must know this. Okay, you must know this. What is iCreate? It is International Center for Entrepreneurship and Technology. If you are not aware about these topic, or I've before discussed about I2U2 or iCreate, if you want, I could make a separate video on this also, or I would be uploading shorts regarding to these videos or small concept, so that you need not to watch the complete video for these small concepts. But yes, these are important. You must know about these. Okay, what did they do? They signed a bilateral program to accelerate innovation and tech cooperation. And recently, in May 2022, or sorry, 2023, both countries, India and Israel, signed a memorandum of understanding on industrial research and development cooperation with a focus on key areas under the ambit of Israel's Directorate of Defense Research and Development and India's Council of Scientific and Research Industrial Research. Basically, both these countries have been focusing on their science and technology, their space tourism or their space technology, agriculture, water, and spatial defense. You must know that Israel has some good defense, yes, and India uses it also. Okay, it's not like India doesn't export some defense. It's not like that, but India imports from Israel. because they have very good technology, such as these. You could say the Heron MK2 drone. It is very good, and its updated version. What is that? This is medium altitude long endurance Heron TPs. These are very effective in, they are unmanned. That's why they are known as UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. They are unmanned and they could also be armed when the need is there. And yes, Indian Army have took them on lease. So currently, and you must be wondering that why don't India develop these on their own? Well, you must know that under the scheme of Made in India and Skilled India, we are progressing, and Israel is also helping us. It's not like they are benefiting their own country only. They have come here, and IAI, which is Israel Aerospace Industries, and HAL, that is Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, they have signed a joint venture for UAV manufacturing in India, which is huge. Yes, this is huge. The country is standing up for the India's benefit. Yes, they should not be ignored. And you must remember that Israel is the country which stood for India in Kargil war. When no one was there, Israel was there with us. They imported us some major defense and artilleries that was, a key for us to win that war. And yes, there is one more drone. This is such a drone. This is also very good. Enough with the drones. Now let's move to aircrafts. And you must know that when it comes to aircrafts, what does it remind you? The upgraded versions like the Rafales and everything. But you must remember that MiG-21 also existed, and this is the upgraded version of MiG-21, which is being developed or upgraded by Israel. Okay, yes, these are upgraded by Israel. And conversion of civil passenger aircraft to multi-mission tanker transport, MMTT, for air refueling and transport capabilities. These are also being done by Israel to help India. Yes, to specially help India. We are also importing spike missiles from them. You must know these are very, you could say, expensive also, and these are very effective also. Indian Armed Forces is using them. And also we have imported this air defense system, which is also known as Spider MR. And also there are some other missiles, air to air missiles, actually beyond visual range air to air missiles, example Python 5 and Derby. And Indian Armed Forces also uses Falcon. You must know this is AVAX. This is used for monitoring the sea and giving the information about any havoc or any enemy out there. Okay, you know that. Yeah, India also recently participated in the Blue Flag training event with the C-130J Monster. This is very good. And also, yes, Garud Commandos. Well, this was about the defense between both the countries, the exercises, the defense equipments exchange. But let's move on to social ties for now. These are also important. These things play crucial role. Okay, how? Let's see. Tourism and people-to-people contracts have been significantly boosted with the commencement of Air India flights in March 2018 between New Delhi and Tel Aviv with 5 flights per week. Okay, this was huge. You must know that Israelis visit India, na? Indians also visit Israel, but more Israelis visit India. They feel some deep connection. I would be talking about it in the end also. Pay attention. Currently, there are approximately 900 or 1000 Indian students studying in Israel. You must be wondering what are Indians studying there? Well, they have good health care. Okay, so they are studying doctor and postdoctoral levels, and several courses related to India are also taught at Israeli universities. Okay, so this is not like Indians are not benefiting from there. We are getting benefited. And also there is one national convention of Indian origin Jews. Okay, this is also huge. Why? Because in India there are many Jews. They could be found in Kolkata or Cochin, which is in where? Kerala. And these, there are Jews, and this national convention, this happens annually. So this is very good. It improves social ties between both the countries, and also there are some cultural ties, and both countries renewed their cultural exchange program for 2022-2023 in August 2020 to facilitate bilateral cultural exchanges spanning all fields of art and culture, including youth exchanges. Okay, and yoga and Ayurveda is also very popular in Israel. Yes, the International Day of Yoga is always well attended and celebrated. That though with great enthusiasm. Okay, I would like to end the formalities here, like the cultural ties, social ties. Let's talk about some people relations now. Okay, it would not take very long, about 15 to 20 seconds only. You must know that there are places near Kasol or in Himachal as overall, which were established by Israelis. They came here, they found the nature very pleasing, very pleasant, and very peaceful. That's why they decided to stay. Not all are living here mandatorily or, you know, for a long time, but they do visit here. Well, now currently they are not doing so. I mean, less numbers are visiting because of the war or ongoing conflict. You must know that. But because before it happened, there were huge crowds of Israeli people up in the Parvati Valley. So you must take a note of it. And there we go, and Indians and Israelis stay like they are brothers and sisters and everything. So yes, we have good relations with Israel. We do not need to get flowed with any conversation, or I would not like to go in depth with that. Okay, basically India and Israel have very good relations, and currently we are hoping that they would get better. Okay, after the war overs or ends. Well, currently thank you for the video, and stay updated for the next part, and I would be making a very good video on India and Russia relations next. Stay updated.